Hi everybody, welcome to our Walk and Talk Wednesday program. My name is Sean Hawkins. I'm the Executive Director of the Loveland Downtown District, and we are here in the Foundry in downtown, and it's a beautiful, beautiful day to be here with a buzz of activity. So the Walk and Talk Wednesdays were really started out to be a walking tour, but we're going to do this virtually so you can come along with us and watch from home. So as we're here in the Foundry, it's super exciting for us as this place begins to develop. If you came to any of our events last summer here, you probably, none of the retail was there, none of the patios were there, and if the pandemic wasn't in the way, we would be set up for probably one of the biggest and funnest summers we could ever have in downtown, with events and all types of things happening here in the Foundry. So I'm going to tell you some about what we're planning to do and some about the businesses that are coming in. We are here outside of Vato's Tacos, one of the three businesses to open here in the Foundry Plaza. They will open here in early June and have street tacos and other Mexican fare and tequila and other stuff. So they are a really welcome addition, especially with this big, beautiful patio. One of the great things about the Foundry is our ability to have these big patios so people can enjoy this beautiful Colorado weather. So they will have tables throughout here, a place for you to have a drink with your family and friends, and it will be a beautiful spot for us. So we're here at Colorado Coffee Company. This is their second location here in Loveland, and they feature not only lunch and other cinnamon rolls are a big favorite here, but coffee. But they have this beautiful patio that is just perfect for a place to catch up with your friends, come down here and get a little bit of work done. And as you can see, they're taking advantage of expanded patio areas now that we're able to reopen, expanding their patio area to keep us nice and safe and apart. Well, we're here in the Foundry Community Plaza, our flexible plaza space for all things events here in downtown. We really needed this because so many of our events in the past were just held on the streets. But here we have a place where we can do big events and small events. It's really perfect for that. So last summer we did blues nights, we had a farmer's market, we did Wednesday concerts, we had free fitness classes here, a bunch of stuff designed to bring people down and perfect for this space. So what makes this fun is all this area we see blue around me is we have fountains here for kids to run through so the kids can run wild and have a good time, cool off, and it was really popular last summer. Now that we have all the businesses open, it's going to be even more popular. This summer, we have a whole book of events that we have taken care of. And so we are anticipating to do Bluegrass Festival, Blues Nights, a Blues Festival, other Wednesday concerts, and a bunch of other events that really are free and open to the public. So we hope we get to do them. And the pandemic has really put a question mark into public gatherings, but we do think that this area could be able to be open for smaller events because there's tons of room for everybody. So we're here at the new location of Bettah Gumbo in the Foundry. Bettah is a graduate of 4th Street, and so they moved over here into a larger location, a much larger patio. And as you can tell right now, they're getting ready to expand their outdoor seating areas. They open up tomorrow. So this is a big day. It's a day we've really been waiting for. And I think it's also the day that the Foundry Plaza is really going to start coming back to life. And so not only will they feature all the foods that you knew on 4th Street, but a much expanded patio area. Just come back and relax and enjoy a beautiful afternoon or evening. So we're so glad to see them reopen. So we're here on the corner of 4th and Cleveland, the big intersection at downtown. And behind me here, you have the former location of Bettah Gumbo. And as we just showed you, that they have moved to the Foundry. But it's great to see what's happening with this particular building. So for a while, Bettah was the only building or business in this building. And so in Bettah's place, you're going to see a new Pizza by the Slice place, kind of a New York style pizza place. Just west of it, you're going to see a brand new barber shop that opened there. And then in the old extension building behind it, we have a blues club that also sells guitars and other things. And then blues and music club. And then there's a place called the Cupcake Gypsies, which used to do weddings, and they still do weddings with the mobile unit. But now they've established a retail location. So it's good to see these older buildings that had some vacancy in them filling up. And that's really a sign of our development, that we're filling up a lot of our older spaces in downtown. So one of the things you might notice as you're walking around downtown is our Blooming Hearts program that Loveland Downtown District put together a few years back. And one of the challenges we have with downtown is the infrastructure is pretty old. So in a lot of these beds, there is no water, there's no drip system. And so we decided to come in, put new planters in, and really add some beauty as you walk around. This year we added 8 new 60-inch planters that you might see when you walk around. And so our partnership with this, we work with the Loveland Youth Gardeners, and so it's a teaching tool, and they come out three to 4 days a week and water these and maintain them. And so it's a really good feel-good project for downtown as well, but also really adds to the walking environment. All right, well, the next thing I want to tell you about is the Elks Club. And the Elks Club and the Oddfellows are 2 long-standing charitable clubs here in downtown that have been around for maybe 100 years. I think the Oddfellows maybe just a little bit longer. And they also own beautiful buildings, beautiful large buildings. But one of the things that's changing in today's world is that people, young people, I won't call myself so young anymore, but are not joining these clubs, social clubs, in the way that they used to in the past. And so both of the clubs, the Oddfellows and the Elks, are really looking at their buildings. What could we do? Could we put some retail in there? Could we put some office space in there? And it's really, this is all kind of happening over the last couple months as their clubs age, and they're looking for those opportunities. And so in the near future, I think you're going to see some exciting activity with these older buildings. They are very special. They have lots of unique characteristics. Here in the Elks, they have what could be a really neat lounge in the basement. They have a really interesting elevator. If you went up to the 3rd floor for office space, you would have a beautiful view of the Rockies from there. So they are great real estate potential with them as well. So it's going to be exciting to see what happens with them. So we're here on 4th Street, right near the corner of 4th and Railroad. And behind me is a building called the Loveland Hotel. And it has about 50 residents that live there. And one of the biggest challenges in downtown has been making these buildings up to code. And the Lovelander did not have a sprinkler system, which kept our fire officials up at night knowing that if a fire broke out into that building, not only could it take out maybe the Elks building or the Cactus Grill next to it, but the loss of life could be huge as well. And so we work with the city of Loveland and give the city council a lot of credit on this for creating a fire suppression program. So it's a grant program that was meant to help bring a fire suppression system into some of these older buildings in downtown. And so this one in particular, there's a great story to it. It's just about a month ago, a fire actually broke out. And the fire suppression system that was just installed right before Christmas kicked in and put the fire out immediately. If that fire would have had, if this would have been before the fire suppression system in there, we probably would not be looking at a building today. Probably wouldn't be looking at a half block today. And that fire broke out at around 10 o'clock at night. So with all the residents home, probably some people sleeping, so there could have been a large loss of life as well. And so, you know, one of the things you might notice as you walk around here is that some of these buildings were out of code perhaps at times, and now we're getting them up to shape so that they can last another 100 years. And so that's a real exciting thing for us to put money into some of the hidden infrastructure that is key to making a downtown successful. Well, we are here on the corner of 5th and Cleveland in downtown Loveland. And behind us here across the street is the former Banner Medical buildings that have a new name for a development project that you're going to hear a lot about soon, and it's called Cleveland Station. This particular building has been empty for more than 5 years, with the exception of a small thrift store that was there. And so it's 25,000 square feet in size. And an owner that's a new owner based out of Boulder, our Downtown Development Authority has been working with to turn this into what I think is going to be an absolutely gorgeous addition to our downtown. So I'm going to tell you about it. First, you'll soon realize that we have some beautiful historical character that has popped out of a few windows here. Well, most of it is still there. It's just hidden behind years of stucco in the 1960s and 70s when they tried to cover up nearly everything. And so what is really special about this is it's going to be small storefronts. Not only storefronts along here, but storefronts that are going to pop out of the back that will flow into the parking spot. And then we're going to work on here on the 5th Street side of the building, the first blocks of the Hip Streets project. So an expanded sidewalk. There's a restaurant tenant right now. So you picture this corner here. It's going to have a big, beautiful patio at this signalized intersection. And it's going to be a real showcase as when you come into downtown. A lot of folks have really asked the question about the art, the mural that was installed on the 5th Street side of things. And so I'm going to tell you that it will come down because they're going to add a new storefront all along 5th Street. So 5th Street is going to get some life, but in replacement for that, on 3 of the corners, we're going to put new, I would call it statue type art pieces. And then in the alley behind the desk chair, not only are we going to do some overhead lighting, but that whole alley will have a new piece of artwork in it too. So we are losing one, but we're going to gain 3 kind of statue type pieces on the corners of the building, and then some new artwork in the alley as well. So it's kind of a trade-off, but to make this building shine, I think it's going to be a beautiful opportunity for us. And the small storefronts are the key. We don't need large storefronts in downtown, and so the small storefronts are where the small entrepreneurs can try out ideas and really can afford the rent as well. So this project will be a showcase. We love that it's going to feature a lot of restoring the historical features of the building, and I think the public is really going to respond to it as well. So we're here at the back of the Cleveland Station project, right across from the Loveland Museum. And one of the neat features about this particular project is that these storefront locations right behind you, they bleed right into the parking lot, are really going to be brought to life. We're going to help them add a little bit of room to the sidewalk here. And then right behind it, you'll have 3 or 4 small storefronts, think yoga studios, other things like that, that want ground floor access, but not necessarily the high rents you might see being along 4th Street. And so this will be a really special feature of this because it's going to be activated not only on the Cleveland side, the 5th Street side, but the back side of it as well. So that's what's really going to make this project shine, I think, is activating all 4 corners of it. Because in the alley, there's going to be new artwork placed in there as well as some lighting. And so this building has the absolute potential to be a huge showcase for our downtown. Okay, we're here on the corner of 4th and Lincoln at the former Heartland Cafe corner, and this is probably something you've noticed walking past or driving past saying, what's going to happen there? And this particular corner is probably one of the best in all of downtown. It's at a signalized intersection, just like that corner of 5th and Cleveland. So you got cars that are paused to get a chance to take a look at the businesses that are there. And so a while back it was proposed to have some residential with ground floor retail on it. It's a concept we certainly welcomed, but just couldn't make that work. And so over time, we keep looking at different ways that we can activate this corner and bring it back to life. But I think here in the near future, you will see some action with this. This corner is too valuable and too memorable to have it sit vacant like this. And so this is a project that our Downtown Development Authority will work with the property owner to find a new solution to. But I have a feeling this corner especially will be a beautiful restaurant location in the near future. All right, we're here in front of the Oddfellows building on 4th, basically near the corner of 4th and Lincoln. And the Oddfellows building, to me, is one of the most beautiful in all of downtown. So in 1903, this building was built. It has a beautiful facade. If you've ever had the chance to walk through it, it has gorgeous tin ceilings, exposed brick. The Opera House is still intact on the 2nd floor. It has so much character. And the Oddfellows as a group are down to like 30 people today. And they are just like the Elks group that are looking for a new life to their building, that's outlived their life. And so for a place like this, I could easily see residential and office on the 2nd and 3rd story. Beautiful opportunity for retail or a restaurant in this location. So this one's going to be interesting to see, but the thing we want to make sure that happens with this, especially if our Downtown Development Authority participates, is keeping the beautiful character of this building. We've lost a lot of character in Loveland, but then we have gorgeous character like this that is so special that we want to keep. And so it's going to be exciting to see what happens with this. We're working with them now and to see what the next life is going to be. It was a fraternal club in the past. Who knows what the future is going to be. All right, well that concludes our walk and talk tour of Downtown Loveland today. We're really glad you could join us and be here. If there's one thing for certain in all of the uncertainty we are involved in today, is that downtown will keep changing, keep evolving. So please keep informed. This place is a fantastic opportunity for the community. So keep informed with your community. We love telling you about it, and we'll see you next time.